Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Johnny, and in today's video we are talking microphones. Now on this channel there are currently two microphones that I use. They are the Rode VideoMicro and also the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. My mission for today's video is to talk to you guys about the differences between the two, and then honestly I'm going to let you guys hear the difference between the two for yourself as well, and then we're going to figure out, are these two microphones actually worth the money or not. And also I'm going to share with you guys my biggest tip to make sure you're getting some clean sounding audio with no matter what microphone that you're using when you're doing some talking head portions of your videos, kind of like this. Okay, so first of all, why would you get an external shotgun microphone? Why is that even worth buying? Well, as you may or may not know, most internal microphones on cameras, in fact pretty much all of them, are actually pretty bad. They're not usually intended to record good audio. Most of the time they're just used for scratch audio, so if you're using like an external recorder or a different microphone that's not plugged into your camera, you can still have some scratch audio so you can sync them up later on. So yeah, in short, honestly just the internal microphones on your cameras aren't meant for really good audio, so definitely don't try to use them for that. And I honestly think two of the best options out there for on-camera shotgun microphones are these two microphones that we're talking about today. So let's talk about the Micro first. Obviously from the name, it actually is pretty small. And also a really nice thing about it is it doesn't take a battery, so you don't ever have to worry about the microphone dying or you not having an extra spare AA near you or anything like that. You don't have to charge it, you don't have to have batteries for it. You just plug it in and it's ready to rock. Also, a really nice thing about the Micro is it comes with the dead cat with it. If you don't know what a dead cat is, it's basically this funny little thing that goes on your microphone that looks like a dead animal. But what it does is when you're outside, it kind of reduces some of that wind noise. So I'm sure you guys have heard someone talking outside before on camera or on an iPhone or anything like that, and you hear all this wind noise. Well, that's gonna help reduce that. And it's really nice that this microphone comes with that already, especially considering that this microphone isn't too expensive either. Also, a really nice thing about this microphone as well is the cord that it comes with is like this braided bungee cord. I don't even know exactly what to call it, but it's really nice because you don't have a cord just like dangling all over your camera. It's not super long, so it kind of just gets out of the way and it doesn't just kind of like fumble all over your camera when you're using this microphone. And to round this microphone out, right now you can find it for about $60 to $70. I think on Amazon right now is actually 65 bucks. So I'll be sure to link that in the description below if you guys want to check it out for yourself. But now let's talk a little bit about the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. Now obviously this microphone is a little bit bigger and it does come with a rechargeable battery within it, so you need to keep that thing charged. But a nice thing about this microphone is that it will turn on and off depending on your camera. So if you turn your camera off, it turns the microphone off. If you turn your camera on, it'll turn the microphone on. So there were some microphones in the past that didn't do that feature, so you would turn off your camera, you would forget to turn off your mic, and then you would come back a day later, start filming something, and then realize that your microphone was dead, and then you were just like, ah, crap. So it's really nice that it turns on and off with your camera, and the battery does last a really long time on this, but there's not really a good way to tell if it is dying or if it's getting close to dying. So I try to just charge it every few days, but I definitely have had a couple instances where I go to film something and then my microphone was dead the entire time and I had no idea, and I was kind of just like heartbroken, honestly. Like that hurts. So I love the fact that it turns on and off, but definitely make sure you're keeping that battery charged. Now, even though this microphone is a little bit more expensive, it does come with, I would say it's kind of like a cheaper cord. It's not that bungee springed up cord like was on the Micro. So this one is just like a long black cord. It obviously does its job fine, but it does kind of like hang around and like dangle sometimes on my camera. So you kind of have to like wrap it around and figure out like a method that works. But just something to note there. Now, cool thing about this microphone is it actually has some different settings on the back that you can mess with, some different decibel levels and things like that. Most of the time for myself, I just kind of leave that as it is, and I just adjust my audio settings in camera if I need to, but it's nice to have those options on there if you need to do something quick. One kind of downside of this microphone, I would say, especially compared to the Micro, is actually the dead cat is sold separately, which is an additional, I think, $40, at least it's $40 on Amazon. So when you're combining that with the price of the microphone itself, which is $300, you're talking about $340, $350 with tax and everything like that for this microphone with the dead cat. But I will say, paying for this higher price for this one over the Micro, it does sound a little bit higher quality in my opinion. It sounds a little bit more full, it sounds a little bit more crisp, but how much better does it actually sound, and is it worth that price jump for you? That's what this video is about. So I'm gonna grab these two microphones, we're going to head outside, and I want you guys to actually hear the differences between these two microphones for yourself. All right guys, so this is actually the internal microphone on this camera. I don't have any microphone plugged in or anything like that. I wanted to kind of do it over here because there's like a bus nearby by. There's just some like roads and things like that. But I kind of just wanted to have this internal microphone as like a starting point. All right, so now I have the Rode VideoMicro plugged in, so this should sound a little bit better than no microphone plugged in at all. So this still sounds pretty good in my opinion. It's not too windy outside, but it should get rid of some of that wind noise as well. And when I've tested it previously, it definitely does help out quite a bit. So this is the Rode VideoMicro. All right guys, so this is now the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus plugged in. Should be a difference between the micro and definitely a big difference than no microphone plugged in. Again, it should definitely cut out some of the wind noise and everything like that. The dead cat on this does a really good job in my experience so far. But yeah, this is usually kind of like the setup I'm going for if I'm trying to get the highest quality sounding audio that I can. And yeah, this microphone I think does a pretty good job. So let me know what you guys think. So maybe you have a microphone or even one of these mics and you're wondering why your audio doesn't sound as clean, or just you hear a bunch of stuff around you. Something you want to keep in mind is you want to try to have your microphone as close to your mouth as possible when you're speaking. It's going to get rid of some of that background noise and it's just going to really focus that audio on just you, so you're not going to hear a bunch of stuff around you. So a tip I want to share with you guys on how I get the cleanest and best sounding audio that I possibly can using these microphones when I'm doing some sit down talking head portions of my videos kind of like this, and that is I actually boom my microphone. So let me just show you guys real quick, okay? So go into the iPhone cam real quick. So we have the microphone up here, and then I just have this cheap boom arm that I got off of Amazon for I think like under 20 bucks. So I have that, a little extension cord from Rode as well, just plugs into my camera over there. So yeah, just quick little simple setup, and it works great. And by booming the audio with one of these on-camera shotgun microphones, it's really nice because you don't have to plug it into an external recorder. It still goes right into your camera, so you don't have to worry about syncing up the audio later. So it's just kind of like a quick, easy, not too expensive like hack, I guess if you will, just to get some better sounding audio. So this right here is no microphone. This is just the internal microphone on my camera. You guys should definitely hear a big difference right now because I'm not that close to the camera. I'm definitely a couple feet away from it. You might be able to hear my air conditioning on over there. You might be able to hear this mini fridge. It definitely isn't ideal. Now this is with the Rode VideoMicro boomed, so it should sound a lot better than just the internal microphone, that's for sure. And this is something that I've done sometimes. I actually did this once when my Rode VideoMic Pro Plus was actually dead. So I think you can definitely do this with any microphone, and it definitely should help out a little bit more than if it was on the camera over there. All right, so now I have the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus plugged in now. So this is in the exact same position as the Rode VideoMicro, but it is still boomed. It's plugged into my camera over there. And this is usually the setup that I use 99% of the time if I'm doing some sit down talking head stuff for my channel. And honestly, if I'm just trying to get the best sounding audio that I possibly can, I am using the best microphone that I own, which is this microphone right here. But I think it does sound a little bit more full. I think it sounds a little bit higher quality, but I think it should considering the price point as well. So honestly, I really do enjoy both these microphones. I kind of use them just for different things. I love the micro because it's so small, it's minimal. I can throw it in my camera bag. It doesn't take up much room if I'm traveling, or maybe I'm out in public. I don't want just like a huge microphone on top of my camera. I try to keep my kit as small as possible. So the micro is great for that. And I think it is really good sounding, especially for the price. And then the Pro Plus is what I'm going to use if I'm trying to get the highest quality sounding audio that I possibly can. And I definitely do boom this one quite a bit whenever I'm filming here in my office as well. So I definitely recommend both these microphones, and I use them both just for different situations. And I think they really are worth the listed price. So guys, I want to hear what you have to say about these two microphones. Could you hear a clear difference between the two? Do you think it's worth jumping to the Pro Plus price, or do you think just stick with the micro because that sounds pretty good as well? Let me know in the comments below as well if you guys have any questions about anything that I mentioned in today's video. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, will you drop it a thumbs up? That really helps the channel out. If you're new around here, consider hitting that sub button. I'd really appreciate it. I try to make content, trying to help other creators create better looking content. That is a mouthful. My name is Johnny. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.